Guys, stop for a minute. Take a look at your wallet. Now, your wallet says a lot about you. I just want to ask, is it time for an upgrade? Our friends at Ridge are here to help you step up your wallet game. Their incredible wallet is light, sleek, and industrial. It doesn't fold or awkwardly bulge out of your back pocket. It slips into your front pocket. Ridge wallets hold up to 12 cards, plus all the cash that you need. You can choose from over 30 colors and styles. That includes carbon fiber and burnt titanium. It's the best wallet you can buy. You don't just have to take my word for it, because there's over 40,000 5-star reviews. I was skeptical at first, but once I tried it, I never went back to my old wallet, and I'm confident that you're going to love it too. But guess what? No pressure. Test it out for 45 days. If you don't love it, send it back. You get a full refund. If you decide to keep it, and I really think you will, it comes with a lifetime warranty. Go to ridge.com/Chael or just click on the link below. That's going to get you 10% off plus free worldwide shipping and returns. How's Kevin Lee fit into this? Well, this coming Saturday, welterweight, meaning 170 pounds, Vak Narenadov. My best attempt. Vak Narenadov. That's where Kevin Lee fits in. That's who his opponent is. Kevin Lee's back. Now, this is really, really interesting to me. One, because I am the pundit for all of you that want Kevin Lee information, right? And Kevin Lee had left the UFC. That hurt my feelings. There's not a nicer way I could say that. I can't tell you I was mad or I was angry or that I thought it was underhanded, because this is a really, really tough business. Like, I can't say those things, not in fairness. But Kevin Lee, give me a timeline here. Kevin Lee was out with an injury. Everybody knew that he was injured. And while injured, out of competitiveness, from a competitive drive and nothing else, Kevin Lee took to the internet, which is the greatest form that we have in this sport. From the beginning in 1993 to now. So Kevin Lee went to a huge vehicle in the sport and offered to be flown to Russia to take on a guy that only you hardcore internet fans even knew existed. The guy's name was Islam Makhachev. And Kevin offered to fight him. He offered to put off surgery. This wasn't an act. This wasn't to get credit. This wasn't to look tough. And quite frankly, it's not a good idea. I didn't say that it was. I'm telling you accurately what happened. And the word of the knee and the surgery and the fact that that would have to be delayed was out. Leadership said, no, it's not how we do things. Kevin Lee eventually comes back, ends up in a fight with a guy that turned out to be a straight-up badass in a weight class he hadn't competed. I'm at Kevin Lee here. On the backside of an injury, and fought his heart out. But it's a game of I touch you and you don't touch me, and he got touched more times than he did the touching. Okay, great, we get up and go home, but I didn't feel like there was anything surprising there. I mean, did you think you were going to see a great performance from Kevin Lee? Does anybody have a great performance their first time at a different weight class? Does anybody have a great performance when they're coming off of an injury? Does anybody have a great performance who's a former title challenger and is now taking on a brand new guy? I don't know if your ears hear what that means, but that's a situation. That's a situation. Kevin Lee dealt with all of it, and he got released. Okay. No opinion, I'm just telling you what happened. So then we fast forward the tape a little bit. Kevin Lee's back. He's picked up by an organization known as Eagle, by a guy known as Khabib, at a weight class that a number of guys had called for. They band together, even though they all wanted to fight one another. They still band together. Try to form a weight class called 165 pounds, which I think most of us we like that idea, I think. Kevin fights at 165 pounds in a main event opposite the Nightmare Diego Sanchez. Diego Sanchez walks out. They're way less than 5 seconds into this fight. Diego walks out and kicks Kevin in the knee that just required surgery. I mean, this is, right? It's a cage fight. Kevin finds a way. He gets his hand raised, and now he's back to weight. He's going to do something with Eagle at this new weight class of 165. Well, not so fast. The UFC saw the performance. They liked it. They want him back. Great. Yet again, no opinion here is being expressed. I'm sharing a timeline for you, so they bring him back. And he's going to fight at 170 pounds. He could do 170 pounds. I would make no excuse for Kevin Lee. But he needs to get used to it. And I think that he may be by now. He only did it once. Other people will tell you that he's done it twice. No, he didn't. The nightmare match was at 165. I'm just reminding you. So he returns to 170. That's great. He's going to take on this gentleman. That's great. This gentleman, he's won. It's like 19 in a row, guys. It was his second fight ever. But here's the relevance of it, because here's what I gathered. There's a blueprint. It's very simple. It's very basic, right? Like this would be the lazy man's approach. But it needs to be done. You can never get around this, which is he better striker or is he better on the ground? Like, that was a big question in 1993, but it still exists in its own mutated form today. And you might think, if you're looking at this guy, if he faced a really heavy wrestler, that's going to be a problem. So when I tell you that he lost, it was his second fight ever. When I tell you that he lost, you might think, okay, he ran into that guy that was able to take him down. Well, no, it was on his feet. And a lot of times somebody will go down in a fight on their feet, but you don't have the right representation of who's better on their feet. We see that in MMA all the time with 4-ounce gloves and with the diversity within setups and strategies. It was one of the things that made Adesanya's success so incredible. It's one of the things that made the rise of Pierre so doubted so many times. So many times Pierre was doubted. He was doubted. You'll get a very confusing, you'll even get a misrepresentation if you read records of fights that are finished on their feet. You just will. That's not the same for the ground. There's not a lot of lucky submissions. There's just not. There's not a lot of lucky takedowns. They exist, but they're rare. And I share for you, we don't yet know what it's going to take to deal with this gentleman. It's a lot. He's very good. He's very skilled. But he's running into a Kevin Lee. I think that's a problem. I think Kevin's a problem for anybody. I think the only way that you're going to get the jump on young Kevin Lee is to put him in a pressure spot that he's not yet ready for, with the lights being too bright, as Stephen A. says. And I don't think that's the spot they put him in. I don't think so at all. I remember the last time there was a guy that was undefeated, had a beautiful record the whole world was looking at, that had title hopes and aspirations. I certainly don't tease him, but I do remember the guy. His name was Gregor Gillespie, and he didn't get out of the first round with Kevin Lee. And Gregor thought he was going to have to stop the takedown. Kevin Lee was a national finals wrestler. This was the blueprint on Kevin. Kevin kicked him in the mouth. He surprised him. Turned out to be a mixed martial artist. I'm just giving you a history lesson. I'm not sharing an opinion with you guys. It's going to be an interesting fight. Kevin Lee's coming back. You want to know where he fits into it? That's where he fits in.